Good morning, and thanks for giving us some of your time today for our session. Hopefully, you'll find the session educational. Today, myself and John will be talking you through transforming the digital workplace, which is all about how we are helping our clients turn digital content into real business value while improving the employee experience and productivity. So, as we move forward, John, would you like to give yourself a brief introduction?
Hello everyone, John Oglesby. I'm the engineering team at Lakeside Software. I've been working with many financial services companies over the last 5+ years, and I'll be demonstrating some of the capabilities around this topic for you today.
Great, thanks, John. My name's Glenn Tonkin. I've been in the industry, I guess, now for over 20 years. And at Lakeside, I've had the privilege of working with a whole range of different types of banks of different sizes in different regions. And I've been at Lakeside for over 5 years now. And I guess the one thing that I've learned during my tenure there is the criticality of enriched content and data. And in fact, the more data you can collect, we found it's easier to solve so many different types of issues, as well as helping grow new initiatives across the business. And today we'll walk you through how we've helped our clients in banking and address a selection of challenges that we've experienced with those banks over those last 5 years. So, Lakeside Software is an innovative software company, and we've been instrumental in creating a new market, end user experience management. And we've now been recognized for all of our efforts as a leader in that market segment. Lakeside is really driven by our clients' desire to deliver business value by optimizing infrastructure, ensuring every employee is as productive as they can be, especially with the pandemic and the delivery of new working practices and business models that are being implemented to support that change, as well as the challenge of delivering an overall operational excellence. And of course, most importantly, ensuring that the employee gets the ultimate experience all of the time. Lakeside's patented Systrack lightweight agent collects a significant amount of operational data, in fact, over 10,000 data points, which is captured frequency of every 15 seconds. Our clients use this data to really deliver effective AI and automation strategies, which, if you think about it, is almost impossible to deliver across any business without the volume of edge and infrastructure data and content combined. And that is a critical, unique differentiator for our business and for our clients. Systrack provides, as I've said, a significant volume of data to support a range of practices, including things like digital experience monitoring, automation, and AI and automation combined, change and big organizational business change, as well as driving operational efficiencies. By optimizing capacity planning and management processes, closing the loop, which is critical. So helping around planning, helping with transformation and accelerating transformation, and most importantly, allowing organizations to manage the whole end-to-end employee and infrastructure management processes. And as a result from our clients, they've significantly improved their end user experience and productivity, while most importantly, saving millions of dollars by closing this loop. So in this continuous changing pandemic environment, market analysts have recognized from talking to organizations globally that there are a number of areas and key strategies that are a key focus for 2021, going beyond 21 to 2023. And this shift change going forward has been broken into kind of four key areas, as you can see. Now, John, would you be able to just give us some brief insight in some of these key areas? And I'll obviously reflect as we go through this from what we're doing in these areas with our clients.
Absolutely, yes. There's certainly pushes to becoming more cloud centric. I think different regions have addressed this at different times. Glenn, what's your feelings around cloud centricity?
Well, it's certainly becoming more prevalent when we're talking to our customers, and we're trying to help our clients by providing kind of an unparalleled visibility across the whole end-to-end employee infrastructure. Now, I'll come into sort of a little bit more detail on what I think on that in a minute, but the key thing here is that we shouldn't really be too worried about whether they're working from home or remote working and or going into the office. What we try and do is from our tooling anyway, is continuously look at the employees' work styles and work patterns, whether they are on premise or they're in a cloud or they're operating across multiple hybrid environments. Systrack is really designed, irrespective of all of that, to help our clients, provide them with rich content which enables them to make the best decisions around which platform delivers the most effective end user experience and, I guess, enriched end user experience, and ensuring with this diverse world that we've now become into, that they get, no matter where they are on what device, the same level of experience. And I think that's kind of the gist of the conversations that we're having. And of course, the fact that we are changing, this has accelerated the whole adoption of cloud, and being able to have the right level of data to help adopt that kind of mix of different capabilities for our organizations is critical. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, perfect. And there's definitely a push to prioritize the edge. What's your take on how customers are working with that?
Yeah, it's a good question, John. Yeah, Systrack itself, which is the Lakeside tool, is really an edge and infrastructure based analytics tool. And the discussions we're having with our clients is really all about helping them understand how their employees operate. Yeah, as I said earlier, that what devices are they currently using, the applications that they're running, and quite importantly, in terms of trying to get the ultimate performance, the resources that they consume. Now, having this kind of data all of the time has allowed our clients to make much better informed decisions for continuously looking and revising the required infrastructure to support what that user is doing on a day-to-day basis. Also understanding the applications that they're using, and of course, continuously looking at the changes in resource requirements to deliver that ultimate end user experience. And as I said earlier on a few slides back, having that visibility is absolutely critical, because without that visibility of a continuously changing environment, it's very difficult to make fast, informed decisions. And of course, what we're trying to do here is ensure that we accelerate any form of delivery of change, we de-risk that change, and we have a measure. So, being able to have KPIs that truly measure the success of any program delivery, and importantly, ensuring that we deliver operational excellence and effectiveness for our clients using the data and content that we collect.
Oh, great, Glenn. So how does hybrid by design fit in the conversation?
Well, I guess the answer I give you here is that, and as I've said on many occasions now, that the content and the data that we have is absolutely critical. Understanding what your employees are doing, how the infrastructure is operating to support those employees, do what they need to do when they need to do it. But more importantly, when you're making decisions about what you need to do next to provide a productive workforce, to make decisions, better decisions and informed decisions, to look at the impact of changing business models, deciding which are the most appropriate infrastructures to support your workforce in every region globally, the impact to the application and application performance as these models change, and the resource requirements as the model changes that are needed to be delivered to deliver that end user experience and ultimate productivity is kind of, I guess, the conversations that we're having in this area from a criticality standpoint. Hopefully that answers your question. I think there's still a lot for all of us to learn at the moment in terms of how we move forward and support our clients ongoing in this sort of area.
Great stuff. So what about autonomous IT? How can that help?
Well, I guess my autonomous IT, so I guess I'm coming at it from an AI ops perspective. So, artificial intelligence for IT operations. It really is the application of artificial intelligence to enhance kind of IT operations. And I guess specifically AOps uses that huge amount of data that we collect, analyzes it, and helps support any form of machine learning capabilities to do a whole range of things. And I'll kind of quickly go through them. With Lakeside, it's all about making sure that you collect and you aggregate those huge volumes of operational data across multiple infrastructure components and application and employee behaviors, intelligently sifting signals out in terms of the noise, reducing false positives to identify significant events and patterns that are related to whether it's the end user, device, application, system performance and availability issues. Being able to diagnose at a forensic level root cause and report them to IT for either rapid response and remediation, or, as we're finding with our clients in many cases, being able to give them the capabilities to automatically resolve these issues without any form of human intervention. And of course, by replacing multiple separate manual IT operations tools with a single intelligent and automated operations platform, Lakeside's AOps capability enables these operational teams to respond more quickly and proactively to any form of slowdowns and outages with significantly less effort, which is absolutely critical. And of course, Lakeside bridges that gap between an increasingly diverse and dynamic and difficult to monitor IT landscape, while confidently meeting user expectations and experience and productivity with little or no interruption. So for us, AIOps, and from the conversations we're having with our clients, is definitely the future of IT ops management.
Oh, great. Thanks, Glenn. So I'm now going to take you through an example of this operational process. We'll start with looking at how we can use predictive analytics. So we will there see how we can use trend data to predict the future. We'll also look at how we can utilize the data with real-time intelligence. Then moving on, as we discussed earlier on, about automations and autonomous IT. We'll cover an automation example, and we'll also go on to how we integrate that with intelligent change management. So starting from a predictive analytics point of view, we're able to use the tooling to group different types of users together, or could you group different technologies or different departments together. In fact, any data point can be used from a concept of grouping and filtering. We're then able to see what the largest impacts are to those users within a past time period, and we can see trends as well. This is very helpful when we're looking top down on addressing these issues. So rather than spending X amounts of minutes fixing an issue for one user, we're able to fix it for a significantly larger number of users by investing exactly the same amount of time. While looking at trending is great, you also need to look at real time. And this is where the AIOps comes into its own. We can see live the most common issues that are happening across the estate, and we can also see the most problematic systems on the estate as well. In addition to that, we can then start to look at how we can apply automations. So for example, if we're experiencing issues with Windows Update, we can tie from that sensor activation into a governance controlled automation, which will address that problem. By governance controlled, we mean that it has to be published, it has to be version controlled, it has to be digitally signed with your organization, it has to be approved, and it also has to be enabled. We also have feedback loop capability as well, so you can see exactly how it's been running. So working with our clients, we're able to feed an awful lot of information, not only about detecting scenarios where automation should be initiated, but additionally, we're able to either execute the automation ourselves or work with an existing automation tool to have that automation scheduled. So in addition to looking at automations, a lot of issues occur because of the impact of changes on the estate, and changes can cause all sorts of operational issues. Using the Lakeside Systrack tool, we're able to see the impact that changes have within the devices and the users using those devices. So here we can see, for example, correlations between changes at the top and the related sensors activating in the middle. And we can then draw conclusions. This could happen at a test rollout phase, or at a initial production rollout phase, or indeed an entire production rollout across the entire estate. We can also tie these by groups, and we can see that some example places where those have been activated.
So yeah, thanks, John. Although brief, hopefully it gives you some kind of insight into the technology and how it's being applied. We've talked a lot about our clients through this brief presentation, and I thought it would be worth sharing with you some of the benefits that our clients have gained using Systrack to help them in the range of areas that we've covered off. A good example is productivity. Although this is a difficult one for a lot of organizations and clients to quantify, we have with our clients, with the background of what Systrack delivers and how it delivers it in terms of the data that we've talked so much about, we were able to prove over time the amount of productivity we gave back to our client. And in this case, it was one particular very large bank. Starting from the KPIs that we used as a baseline, we were able to, over a period of 9 to 12 months, give their employees 14.5 million hours of productivity back year on year, with still further improvements that can be made. So it's extremely powerful in terms of ensuring, especially when we have remote working, to have that kind of level of productivity is absolutely critical. Being able to identify, anomalies, understand how your employees working, and with this particular customer, it was looking at their branches as well as their other banking functions, and to make sure that everybody, no matter what role they are within the organization, when IT is being delivered, it's being delivered correctly, predictively, and ensures that they're getting the right experience. And as the 14.5 million hours demonstrates, that they're productive. There's other customers that have certainly a very large bank who had taken our content and used that content to work out with their service management platform how they could fully automate first line support. And we were instrumental in the delivery of that. And it's really helped them as an organization to move on to much more innovative strategies around things like gamification of IT, self-healing, and further automation, and artificial intelligence and machine learning, which has been absolutely critical to the success of that bank. And of course, time is always critical. So every organization is different. For this investment bank, what they wanted to do was to support as quickly as possible their remote working scheme and reduce the real estate and the costs of real estate within the metropolitan area. So being able to not only support remote and home working, but to be able to identify where the bottlenecks are and to deliver a robust home working solution was absolutely critical. So in terms of time, it was a significant reduction in manual time and effort to identify what they need to do, how they need to do it, and the best way of doing it. And of course, the spending of what they needed to provide that solution, they could quantify based on real data that our tool Systrack was providing for them. And again, everything we're doing is trying to look at optimization and driving effectiveness, and provide more greater visibility, and it helps. And again, this was an insurance company, and in fact, there's a number of banks that range from 12 or 13 upwards of 57% of incident reduction, which gives our clients a lot more time to focus on kind of innovation from an IT standpoint within their organization. Everything we're doing is all about providing that transparency and that visibility to help organizations make the best decisions in an accelerated way. And this was critical for all of our clients moving forward. So that's just a very, very brief view of some of the advantages our clients are experiencing at the moment. And I think now it's probably time to kind of reflect back on what we were trying to get across with this presentation today. And I think we're all aware that we're especially now in a constantly changing world where agility is critical. Being able to, as seamlessly as possible, adopt new technologies, deliver new business models, and doing it all in an accelerated way is absolutely paramount. And obviously, at the same time, driving this kind of continuous innovation is essential to any kind of organization with regards to their success and subsequent growth. Lakeside, as we've said numerous times, it captures this invaluable forensic level data, which provides our clients with the ultimate visibility of all things IT across their organization. Having this volume of organizational data at your fingertips is critical. It's enabled our clients to make better, much more informed, wider and faster decisions for driving ambitious and effective changes quickly, delivering the success and growth of their organization as they've needed to. And of course, Lakeside Analytics, the platform itself, has helped our clients and is helping our clients to plan IT change better and more cost effectively, transform their organization faster, and of course, deliver that operational excellence consistently all of the time. And from a Lakeside perspective, the language that we use with our clients is all about plan, transform, and manage. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully it's been useful. Please, if you have any questions or you want to delve into some of these areas in greater detail, obviously we've had limited time, so there is a lot more behind what we've said today. Please come to our booth. You'll find us under Lakeside Software, and we'd be more than happy to discuss this with you in greater detail. Thank you once again for your time, and look forward to meeting with you in the booth and having subsequent and further discussions. Thank you very much.